AITA for telling my brother that his crush dislikes him because he's an asshole, not because he's too smart. So I have a younger brother 13 who is a child prodigy. I won't give too many details, but he's well known in the academic circles of our country and attends an institute of higher education. Naturally, people are impressed with his intelligence, and he's quite popular and makes friends easily. Our parents dote on him and have never told him no. As a result, he has become very arrogant, condescending and disrespectful to people he deems below him. That's just about everyone. Lately he has been openly talking about a girl he's crushing on, and much to his dismay she's quite unimpressed with him. He often complains to my parents and I about his failed attempts to befriend her. I understand why she dislikes him. On one occasion he invited her over for a school project and I overheard their interaction. He was constantly talking over her, dismissing her ideas and even calling them stupid. 99% of the time he was talking about himself and his accomplishments, being in news articles, his future plans are etc. The poor girl obviously seemed uncomfortable. He quizzed her about her career aspirations, and when she answered he proceeded to point out it as a bad career path. Today he was once again complaining about her and said that she is obviously intimidated by his superior intellect. He claimed that all girls only like stupid guys and that women are emotional. Sadly, my parents agreed and kept assuring him that this girl is obviously uncomfortable with the fact he is so accomplished and awesome. After hearing this nonsense many times, I finally told him that his crush dislikes him because he behaves like an obnoxious, know-it-all asshole. I explained that he'd probably have a chance if he showed some modesty instead of talking down on this girl so much. So my parents obviously think I am an asshole for saying this. They said that it was horrible of me to say this to a 13-year-old and that he is just a child. I told them that he needs to realize that his personality is becoming a problem and that his crush dislikes him because he is not because he is too smart. AITA. This reminds me of a scene in The Social Network. You are probably going to be a very successful computer person, but you are going to go through life thinking that girls do not like you because you are a nerd. And I want you to know, from the bottom of my heart, that would not be true. It will be because you are an asshole. Sometimes the truth hurts. Please continue giving your brother a dose of reality since your parents seem to be determined to raise him into an incel. You actually are doing him a favor for him to learn this lesson now. Your parents are setting him up for failure, regardless of intelligence and ability. A huge part of success is also likability and the ability to get along with others. I have seen several brilliant people get nowhere because of their complete lack of emotional intelligence. This if your parents could take a break from polishing his gold throne, maybe they'll stop enabling him to be so obnoxious. As he gets older, his arrogance will overshadow his intelligence. Yes, no matter how smart you are, you can always have a few IQ points knocked off when you cannot dodge a fist after running your mouth. He is on the path of becoming an incel if he starts blaming the woman lying about rejection. Best he is told like it is, because if it progresses his mindset on the whole thing will get more damaging. Your brother is old enough for some tough love, and although your parents could stand to be more firm with your brother, this advice is probably more effective coming from you. The best part about siblings is that they play a different role than the parents. I like to think of parents and siblings having a balance of checks and balances, keeping each other in line sometimes. At least this is how I feel regarding my family and possibly yours. If the parents are going to keep your brother in line, you step in to balance things out. Either way, this is information he needs to know, sooner rather than later, and if the parents aren't going to tell him, someone has to. At all. There is more to life than being smart. You are much more likely going to get somewhere with intelligence and a good attitude and personality compared to only being intelligent. It's called being well-rounded and grounded. The most successful people I know are wicked smart but also modest, admit when they don't know things, and tend to get along with just about anyone. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. It's time for Op's brother to realize that he is not the only brain that exists. Other people have thoughts and feelings, and they have a right to express themselves and be heard. Absolutely. The kid needed to hear that. Yeah, he is young, but coddling him will do no good. Hopefully he will grow out of it and will thank you for your honesty. AITA, you are honestly doing him a favor. Your parents are not helping him by coddling him and overinflating his ego. Better that you teach him now so that he does not become a resentful incel later in life. AITA, your brothers and your parents are bigger ones. You brother's behavior is such an asshole more. He is turning into one the guys that complains he never can get girls because they are all below him or slurs or whatever just because they do not like his personality or find him attractive. Glad you are trying to put a stop to it now because Lord knows he will not have a good life like that. It will be harder to hear when he is older set in his ways. Your parents are bigger assholes because the coddling agreeing he is too smart for the girl is what is turning him into one of those guys. Instead of trying to make him modest or teach him that girls can just say no because they mean number Lord no religious anymore but going to pray to the Lord here. Let them stop because if they carry on, they could create a real monster. If he does not learn no is a no just because and not because you are too smart or whatever, he could develop some messed up behaviors. Good on you, and although you may get called an ass, do not let your brother turn into one of those people, even though it is not your job. Your parents are failing him. AITA, hopefully one day when his personal life is crumbling around him or nil and void he will remember what you said and seek you out. If you can find other opportunities to sneak that shit in during non-dramatic moments or in positive ways, keep doing it. You are his only hope by the sound of it. LOL. He is still young and not all is lost. As his older sister I still see him as my little baby brother, so I am gonna keep trying. I don't want him to grow up to be an unhappy asshole. I can already see some traits forming and a test concerning. I am hoping to find him a mentor or child therapist. I am not entirely sure what help is available for cases like these. You did well. Your brother needs to reevaluate his behavior, and some tough love might make him understand that his attitude is unpleasant. This is what siblings are for. AITA and your parents need to stop babying him. He is going to end up friendless, and if he has some special qualities about him, perhaps even socially, then he should probably see a therapist as well. He is more than old enough to be learning about how his behavior is perceived by others. If he doesn't, he is going to be one of those stupid girls only go for the assholes. What about us nice guys? And nobody wants that for their brother. AITA, he needed to hear it, for his current self to improve and so that his future self does not become an incel. Also for his future self you should explain to him the difference between a prodigy and a genius. In short, a prodigy works through a normal course of study faster than most people do, but they do not often turn out to be a genius. Instead, other people catch up over time. Your parents are setting him up for a really big fall in the future by making him think he is some sort of chosen one. Imagine spending your entire adult life reliving your glory days of being a precocious kid. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.